Having an amazing day. My name is Alan C. Paul, and this is the first creative checkup of 2021 here at God and Gigs. I am so happy to be here with you in a new year. This is an amazing time. This is an amazing day. Just to be alive, just to have survived 2020. And I want to get right to the meat of the matter, which is why you're here, hopefully watching me. I am a musician, an author, and a creative coach, and I'm here to help you to build a better creative life from the inside out by applying timeless spiritual principles to temporary creative problems. We have a podcast that comes out every Thursday, the God and Gigs Show, and this platform, if you're watching us for the first time, is here as well on Instagram and on Facebook and on YouTube. So I hope you'll subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and tap that right away. If you're liking us, obviously on Facebook would be amazing. And if you're watching from the creative community, I hope that you are having an amazing beginning of 2021. It's very, very, very exciting to be here. Just seconds ago, I was worried because the technical stuff didn't seem to be working. And now it looks like everything's working fine. So look at that. God just blessed everything and took all of my worries out of the way right away. So I hope the rest of 2021 will be that same kind of thing. Well, things will look kind of, different at the beginning, and then all of a sudden things will get better. Even Instagram, you can see my recording. You can see two cameras. I'm actually recording on my YouTube camera, and now I'm also going from Instagram, so you guys kind of have a double look at me. I don't know if that really helps or if you even want to see twice of me. But anyway, if you're listening or hearing me okay, go ahead and just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Give me a thumbs up in the comments watching on YouTube. And go ahead and like it as well. Like this channel and like this page, because that lets other people know that you're watching and that you are going to be enjoying and connecting and growing in today's creative checkup, which we do every Monday at 2 p.m. So that's my little intro for today, and I want to get right to our discussion where we do this live Q&A to help you to connect the dots between your spiritual life and your creative life. That's what the creative checkup is for. It's why I do this every Monday, and as a fellow creative, it's my goal to always leave you with something that'll kind of help you get through the rest of the week. Something practical, something spiritual, but most of all, something that works right where you are. So if you are a faith-focused creative inside the church, outside the church, wherever you are, this is for you. So share this with your friends. Let them know that we do this every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Okay? So today I want to get right into something that I think everyone can relate to when it comes to the creative lifestyle. And that is our need for connection. How much we need other people in order to survive and thrive as creatives, especially in 2021. The last year, and I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about 2020, but last year was the year that we found out how hard it is to be by yourself and to be cut off from each other. So many of us spent time just quarantined, and some of us are still quarantined. So many of us spent time by ourselves trying to figure out, well, what do I do now that I don't have my connection with my church, or I can't meet with my family, I can't even be in the same room with people. Connection became the buzzword, became the thing that, when we're talking about social distancing all the time, it was almost impossible to not talk about, okay, well, who can I be around? Who can I connect with? Who can I be in touch with? How do I reach my audience? How can I continue to be a creative if I can't be in the same room, or if I can't tour, or I can't have my career? All of this had to do with the fact that we were at some point in need of other people. And so what I really want to get into right away today, in this whole kind of year, I think I could set it up in this way. This is the year of the collaboration economy. The collaboration economy is what I'm talking about with a lot of my fellow creatives. And this word popped into my head when I was on Clubhouse the other day. I think I might get on Clubhouse. By the way, I see you, Tobias, over there on Instagram. Thanks for joining me. I was thinking about what some of the people in Clubhouse were sharing. And Clubhouse is this new app. If you haven't heard about it, everybody's buzzing about it. It's only for iPhone, unfortunately. but a lot of people are collaborating and connecting here on Clubhouse, or they're on Clubhouse. I'm thinking of doing a club myself very soon. So what the lady was talking about on Clubhouse was how she's trying to figure out how to connect the dots between the virtual experience that we're now all kind of stuck in and the real experience that she used to do with her live events. I think she has a place in Philadelphia or DC. I'm not sure which one it was. And it struck me when she said those words that I'm trying to connect it. I want to figure out how can I be just like I was in the virtual, the live event and the real event. How can I do that in the virtual event? And what she was really saying was she needed to continue that collaboration with other people. She couldn't do this by herself. She couldn't just go live by herself. She couldn't just create events by herself. She needed other people to be that engine, because it used to be that people were in the same room. And so what I'm really piggybacking on that to say is everything that you're doing in 2021 is going to be dependent on how you work with other people, how you connect with other people, how you collaborate with other people. It's a really short message today. I don't have any points today. My slides are not going to be moving back and forth today. I just thought I would get right into the meat of the matter and ask you if you have the right people for your purpose, and are they in position to help you? Because if they're not, if you don't have the right people right now and you haven't connected with them and you are not actively and intentionally setting up yourself with the right people, and I don't mean just trying to get the people who will put you on a gig or put you on a Clubhouse stage or put you on a video or put you on a podcast or put you on a track. That's not the kind of collaboration I'm talking about. I wrote a post a while back about how competition is not really the goal for artists. It's really collaboration. And I'll put a link to that in my chat. Matter of fact, let me check into the chat real quick and make sure I'm not missing anyone who might be checking in, and making sure my technical stuff is still working as well. Let me open that up. I see you guys on Instagram. Thanks for joining me. So here we go. All right. So I'll put that link in the notes when I can, okay? Maybe after I finish. I don't want to break it up and start typing and talking at the same time. But what I really wanted to get into is why competition is not your friend. Now, somebody should always be there to push you, obviously. You want people to push you. You want people to encourage you. Maybe even a little bit of competitive spirit can encourage you to push harder. So I'm not talking about never dealing with competition. There's good competition in arts and in the creative space. Maybe not so much in ministry, but there are areas where we need to push each other on. But what I'm telling you is that if you don't have the right people in place to collaborate with and to really hone your gift with, you're missing out on something. The Bible says very clearly that iron sharpens iron. You guys have probably heard that. If anyone has been anywhere close to church, you've heard that phrase, you've heard that verse, that proverb. As iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens another man. So we can take that right from man, to woman, to artist, to creative, to creative. If you really want to become a sharper and more powerfully impactful creative, if you're not constantly rubbing shoulders and rubbing ideas and bouncing ideas off of each other, you're missing out on the possibility of becoming the best creative you can be. Yeah, Tobias says, yes, sir. I'm glad you agree with me there, because we just talked about this in our creative checkup, little talk there, Tobias, that you are around people that have inspired you, and you got to continue to kind of rub shoulders with them, even if it doesn't mean that you're always going to get a track or always going to get a position. That's not the goal. The goal is not just to connect the people that will make you successful because they give you something. The goal is to be connected to people because you can give them something. To give is better than to receive, right? So you've got to take your ideas of collaboration from what can I get to what can I give. That's my push to you in 2021. If you are joining any kind of community, if you're networking, if you're looking at connecting with a ministry or working with a songwriter or working with a ministry or dance ministry or arts ministry, or you're looking to collaborate with different songwriters, whatever it is, you've got to make sure that those people are the ones that you want to feed and help and put value into versus trying to grab something from them, because that mentality will never get you any further. And you'll find that as you do go out to help people and collaborate with them because of something you want to offer and help versus something you want to get, you'll find those people are more receptive to what you can offer. Tobias says God-minded people as well, God-like-minded people. Yes, you got to have those people who have the same spiritual and emotional foundation as you do, so that you can connect with them at a real level. And so what I would suggest for all of you, if you haven't already done this, I've done this in my own life. I've kind of written down a little, like a chart. It's like my executive board. And I'm going to redo it for 2021 because there's certain people in my life that have kind of become bigger in my life, and I need to put them as a higher position in my board. And there's certain people that maybe are not as active anymore, and maybe they've lowered their position. And not because I don't want them to be there, but because life has changed and they're just not at the same position as they used to be. So what I would suggest is that you write down your list of the 5 people, maybe 6, maybe 7, but I wouldn't make it much more than 10. Make sure you have a list of the people who you want either around you or in your team or in your circle or in your influence, and make it an intentional point that you want to connect with those people on a real basis, even if it doesn't mean being, present with them or being in the same room with them, because you can't, but making sure that you're finding ways to provide value for them, to check in on them, and to really be intentional about collaborating on a simple level of how can I help. Okay, I see Tobias. I see, yeah, you're putting on some people. Those are some of your people, I'm guessing, that have been in your circle. So that's awesome. Courtney Create, good to see you on Instagram. Thanks for joining us. Courtney is a amazing creative, and she's also has been doing a challenge of her own. We'll be doing a challenge with the Your Art, God's Heart devotional. I was actually planning to start it next week, but some people have already started, like Courtney. So if you want more information on Your Art, God's Heart, just go to godandgigs.com/books. So good to see you, Courtney. It's awesome that you joined in on the live. So we're talking about collaboration and why it's so important to have the right people in our corner. And I could very quickly go biblically into a scriptural idea on this, and it's pretty simple. All you have to do is go no further than Jesus and think about the fact that he picked his 12 disciples. Jesus was God in the flesh. We all know from a Christian background, a Christian worldview, that Jesus technically could do everything he needed to do, but he still needed people around him. And these people were not necessarily, let's just put it very bluntly, they were not on his level. They were not God. They were not people that had his same skill sets, but they did have specific skills that he was going to need, and the kind of people he was around were going to help to build something that was bigger than he could build in his 33 years of life. Artists, creatives, you're the same way. You've got visions and goals and dreams that other people have to be a part of if you want them to be achieved. And even if you have God and the Holy Spirit and you have this great spiritual foundation, without people around you that are sowing into you and you are sowing into them, and it's a collaborative effort, you're not going to grow as big as you can, and you're not going to have the kind of impact that you can. So right now, even as you're listening or watching this on a replay, I want you to think about what I said earlier. Who are the 5, the 10, the 12 people that are influential in your circle that you're not only going to sow into, or that not only going to sow into you, that you're going to kind of provide value for them as well. You got to make sure that that's a list and that's a collaboration, intentional collaboration that you have set up for 2021, that you want to connect to it, that continue to grow that connection, and that they are feeding into you. If this is making sense, just give me a thumbs up. Those of you who are watching live, those of you who are watching on the replay, you can give me a thumbs up as well, because that helps me know when I watch later and I see the live chat that you were jumping in, because I know not everybody can join us at 2 o'clock. And again, this is just a 1-point checkup. This is not a long checkup today. Starting out the new year, pretty simple, because this is the 1 point I wanted to make. If you are really, really, really focusing on providing value, blessing others, connecting with them, for the right reasons, I can very easily say, and this has happened in my life, and I'm sure in most of you other people that are watching right now, you can say it and you can see it. When you give to people in the right way, you always get it back. You always invest in other people and you always get it back. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody's the right people. There are people that you need to avoid, and you invest in them and they don't give you any return. But I know that if you do it in the right spirit and you pay attention to how people are connected to you and why they're connected to you, when you invest in the right people, you always get a return on that investment in time, whether it be money, if you're like sowing into somebody else to help their creative career, or however you decide to connect with those people. The collaboration always yields a bigger return than it would have if you had just done it by yourself. So one of the ways that I've always kind of promoted us to have collaborations, even in this space, is our Facebook community. If you're watching right now in the Facebook community, you are already in a group that really shows how that collaboration can grow, because you can ask a question in the creative community and it might have taken you months on Google to find that answer, but you can go into our Facebook creative community. Just go to facebook.com/groups and type in God and Gigs and you'll see that. You can find answers right away from people who are like-minded, who are willing to come around and help you. So you've got a resource right there. If you don't have a circle of creatives that think like you, that believe like you, that want to be motivated like you, then you definitely need to join our Facebook creative community, because that's a place where you can stay connected with other creatives in 2021 and you won't feel like you're all by yourself. You can kill that isolation. That isolation will be a damaging thing for your creative life in 2021 if you don't solve it now and refuse to go into 2021 doing this by yourself. Second way that you can make sure that you kill the isolation is to sign up for our masterclass, because our masterclass, I haven't scheduled the next one, but our masterclass is a 1-day training, about an hour or so, not more than an hour, but we might go a little further than an hour, but it gives you the chance to have a intensive connection with 20, 30, 50, maybe up to 100, but that's as much as I can allow in each masterclass, 100 people that will immediately collaborate with you, and we'll talk about how to achieve massive success in 2021. So I do want to type that link in. So if you want to go to godandgigs.com/2021 training and get in on that masterclass, I'm going to announce the next one very soon. Most likely within the next 2 weeks or so, because the first one we had over 60 registrations. We almost got the packed house. This time I think it's going to fill up, and I don't want to have people say they didn't have an opportunity to come. So go to godandgigs.com/2021 training. I'll send you the link when we get ready to register the new people. And you'll get the link to already be registered, because you're already on the wait list. You won't really have to go back and re-register. I'll probably be able to just get you right in so you can join the next masterclass. And that's another way, because what you'll see is when you're in that room and you're chatting and you're talking with other creatives, you'll feel that energy and you'll understand that, wait, I'm not by myself. I'm not isolated. I'm not stuck in my own thinking. I'm not stuck with my own ideas. I'm not stuck trying to break out of my rut, or thinking that I'm the only one that's trying to sell material, or the only one that's trying to stay creative, or the only one that's trying to make sure I don't lose my spiritual foundation. You're not alone in this. That's the most important thing I can tell you in 2021 is you're not alone. We're all dealing with the same situations, but we've all also found ways to come out of it. But your answers are on the other side of asking the right questions to the right people. If you're not in the right place to ask those questions and those people are not there to ask, you're basically sitting duck for whatever depression or struggle. You're just going to stay on the struggle bus. Getting in front of the right people and staying around them is what is going to create that sense of momentum in your life for 2021. Cannot tell you enough. If that is something that resonates with you, then please, once again, give me a thumbs up. Say, that's me. Say, yes, I appreciate that, because anything that you say is, again, a collaborative effort for me right now to tell me that I'm on the right track. So that's the second way, joining our masterclass, joining our creative community. And there's one other way that I would advise that you collaborate and connect with the right people, and that is and it just popped out of my head. I started to say it, and I kind of said it because the masterclass was one, and the creative community was two, and now I can't remember what the third one. I think the third one. Um, oh well, I was. You know what? I can't really say what the third one is. I'll say. All right. I'll kind of say it. I won't. I won't tell you the entire thing. The third one is we are launching a new community in the God and Gigs community that's already existing, and we're launching a new one. And I don't want to tell you too much about this because I'm kind of giving away part of the masterclass, but I don't want to also hide this from you if you need it right away. If you attend the masterclass, you're going to hear about a new community we're building where we're going to be helping each other to collaborate and grow even faster than either in the creative community, which is already there in Facebook, or the masterclass. So if you think about it, you can move from the creative community, join that, go to the masterclass, and then join our new community, which I've been talking about very quietly, which is going to supercharge your creative growth. And that the reason for that is it's because, as you can see, what I'm really trying to move you along is from people who are generally kind of, getting ready to move to people who are really ready to move to people who are like moving. The faster the people around you are moving, the faster you'll move. The more motivated the people around you are, the more likely that you're going to move at the same pace because you simply have that general sense of momentum that's transferred to you. And as a creator, especially as a Christian and Christian musician or a Christian creative, you need that source of life that's going to push you. And just like I said, Jesus didn't really need his disciples to push him in terms of his God authority and his God power, but he did need people around him who had the same kind of zeal and desire for the kingdom of God. And that's what he implanted in them. Now, they didn't have all the tools necessarily, and that's what this new community is going to help you to get, the tools. But more important than the tools are the people who want what you want and desire what you desire. And getting in front and around those people is really probably even more important than getting the tools, because you can get the tools on eBay, you can get the tools on Craigslist, you can get the tools through a discount code, or you buy this program or buy that program. Those tools are available to everybody. What's the difference is how you use those tools and the people that are helping you to motivate you to use them and continue this throughout the process of the year. That's the big difference. If you don't have a team and people around you that kind of push you and help you answer those questions, you don't get stuck just using the tool. You're really focused on the people that are blessing you and helping you to stay focused while you're using the tools and while you're learning the things and while you're learning the techniques. Is this making sense? I kind of got like on a tangent, I feel, but I just jumped into it because I got excited when I started thinking about that. It's great to have the tools. It's great to invest in yourself. It's great to get new equipment. But if you don't invest in the people and trying to get around the right people, the tools aren't going to help you, and the techniques are not going to help you. So if this made any sense to you, just give me a thumbs up or a link or a clap or anything in the show in the comments in the chat, because we're almost done. I always try to finish within about 20-30 minutes or so. We're right at 2:24. See, a couple more people are joining us on Instagram, so I'm going to do a quick recap, and then I'm going to go ahead and sign off and let you know how you can find out more information about what we're doing in 2021, do some announcements, and we'll jump on. But thank you for sticking with me, everybody that's been with me from the beginning, and people who are joining me from our email list. Some of you guys are emailed, some of you might be seeing the Twitter. As a matter of fact, real quick, could you mind just telling me how you found us today, like right now? Because I would love to know how this list is getting out and whether or not this is a good time for you and whether you're finding out about this in time, because I didn't send the email to like 20 minutes before, which is super late. So some people may have not even heard this was coming out, and we were in a holiday situation, so maybe they didn't realize we were coming back on. So do you mind if you're watching now and you can tweet or you can text? Tell me how you found us. Did you find us through a Facebook, through a text, through the email? Because that'll help me know whether or not this is working for you as well, if you're finding out about this in time, okay? So let me finish recapping as we are closing out today's first creative checkup of 2021. This is super exciting, super amazing that we are already finally into this new year. So what I would like to first advise you to do is to connect with the right people, okay? Courtney, you said Instagram Live. Awesome. So the Instagram Live notification works. I'm glad to know that it lets you know because it doesn't always go right away. So thank you for joining us from Instagram. So number one, recap. Stay connected with the right people who are motivating you, who believe what you believe, who know what you know. And is it hard to find those people? Yes. I was having this discussion on one of our master classes, which is why I'm advising you to join the master class because we go more in depth in this. And they were kind of nervous because they're like, "Oh, you can't tell your dreams to everybody. You could be like Joseph, and you tell them, and then they pour water on your dreams." That's true. You got to be careful about who you share your dream with. But what I'm telling you to do is to be discerning as you do that, to find the people who are really on your side, who really believe what you believe, and really pray about that so that you get the right people in your corner, so that you don't spend time pouring your water on rocky ground and people who are not going to feed your dream, and that you can't sow into with that reciprocity. So make sure that you, number one, pray about that. Number two, make sure you write their names down and be intentional about connecting with them. If it's Clubhouse, as I mentioned, we might be starting a Clubhouse soon, where people can connect via audio. Clubhouse app, I'll be talking about that soon. Or maybe you want to find ways to do it through Facebook, or you want to write them letters, or if it's personal connection where you can meet them face to face safely. Whatever that is, write their names down. Be intentional about that, okay? Be intentional about how you're going to connect with these people. And if they're in your circle already, great. But just be more intentional. If you started connecting with them in 2020 because the COVID thing made you Zoom call and made you FaceTime, then just set it up on a calendar. Okay, we're going to meet twice a month, or we're going to meet twice a week, or we're going to talk twice a month, okay? Be intentional about how you're going to connect with those people who are in your life, who are very, very much in your same lane, who are going to help push you along creatively, spiritually, relationally, and make sure you continue to connect with them on a regular basis. Don't let months go by and then you haven't checked in with your people, your creative circle, your musicians, your artists, the people that are actually on your side. Good to see some more people joining us on Instagram. Thanks for joining in. We're recapping basically what we talked about in our creative checkup. So make sure you have written those names down, that you've written down a plan to stay connected with those people throughout the year, and let them know, obviously, that you are interested in this, that you don't want to just use them for things. You don't want to just, hey, give me a gig or give me buy my stuff. Make sure you know what they are about and that you're really connected with them. And I'm just telling you, if you pray about this and really seek it out, then the Bible says, you have not because you ask not, right? If you don't ask and you don't look for those kind of people, you're going to find yourself kind of spinning in circles. And that's kind of on us, right? So as a creative, you got to say, I'm not going to be satisfied in 2021 until I find the people who I can be connected with and who are going to be that circle of people who sharpen my iron and sharpen my sword and help me become the most effective creative I can be. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that you guys are encouraging me there on Facebook. Thank you. So number 3, as I was saying, there's 3 ways that I'm advising you in the God and Gift community. Shameless plug, because I believe in this. That's why I wear the t-shirt, is why I created it, because I'm trying to create a community that does just what I'm saying. Number 1, join the Facebook group. The creative community on Facebook is free for everybody. You'll find creatives just like you who are ready to increase their impact, who are ready to build their confidence, who want to learn more about each other. And we post things, we share things. We don't post a lot of spam stuff, by the way. I don't even allow that. I don't allow people to post their personal, here's my live. I cut all that stuff out. If you're on the Facebook creative community right now, you know what I'm talking about. Like you have not seen a bunch of lives. You have not seen people posting their own careers a lot, because what we're trying to do is get people to post questions. And I want you to ask each other the questions. Hey, how do you do this? How do I do this? How can you help me with this? And every once in a while, someone does post that. And that's the comments where everybody jumps in. It's because we can all help each other. And that collaboration feeds everyone. So what I'm really advocating for the God and Gigs creative community is that same kind of connection. Helping each other, growing each other, finding ways to help us impact the world, the glory of God, for the glory of God and for the good of others, as my friend Jordan Rayner says all the time. Number two, I'm advising you to sign up for our master class, because that's an intensive 1 hour training on how to become a massive success in 2021 the right way, not because you just want to get 1 million followers or to get 1 million streams or to become rich and famous. It's because if you join the master class, you're going to be connected with these same kind of people. For an hour or so, you're in the same room, connected, talking about the same things, and for just an hour, in which I advise, obviously I want you to do more than an hour, but just for that hour, if you join the masterclass, you're going to get that boost of other people who think like you think, who want that same things that you want, and they're going to push you on. And you're not going to be able to kind of sit in a masterclass like this after you sign up and say, no one really cares, no one really believes in this stuff. Everyone in that masterclass, 61 people in the first masterclass who joined up, and then many that watched the replay, those people are proof that you're not alone. So you've got to choose to be around those kind of people, and they are in the masterclass. So if you see that link, godandgigs.com/2021 training, or tap the link in that the chat that you see there, or also in the description. We're going to be assigning or scheduling a new creative checkup very soon. Number three, I see Ken over there on Instagram. Thanks for joining me, sir. Number three, and I kind of hinted at it, but I'm not telling you all the details because you kind of have to come to the masterclass. There is a third option for a connection, and that is a new community that I'm building. It is not quite all the way built out because I'm only inviting the people who are brave enough to help me build it. It is a new community where people will be super motivated, super sharpening, super ready, encouraging to help each other to build the creative life they want through God-honored principles, timeless principles, and they want to do so in a way that they'll continually work on themselves throughout the year. They're not going to divide it up. They're not going to just say, I'm going to work on this for 2 months and then stop. They're not going to go 3 months and then stop. They're not going to go 1 week and then stop. These are the people who are going to stick with you for 12 weeks, 12 months, 52 weeks, okay? So if you want to find out about that opportunity, you kind of have to come to the masterclass, okay? Just going to be honest. I haven't promoted it because I want to make sure the right people are there. And that's exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying. If you are the right kind of person and you are motivated and encouraging and you want to be around these people, this is the kind of thing you want to be a part of. You got to come to the masterclass, and then we can kind of make sure that you are right in that right place where those people are there so that you can join our community, our new community, which, once we have a few more master classes and I think we're ready to tell everybody about it, I will announce it. But it's only for those who are ready for it at this point, okay? I think that's it. It's 12:33. If you joined us on Instagram or anywhere else, thank you so much for joining me. Tobias, Precious, I see you there on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me. Courtney here on Instagram. I can't see because my eyes are not letting me. I see TUQICA. Is that right? Did I read that? I see you waving there. Hope I can't even say your name right because I'm not sure if I'm seeing it right because my glasses are gone. I see Ken here on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining me there. Everybody that's joined us either on YouTube, if you're watching this on the replay, send a little shout out. Make sure you do a comment because a live chat is available even if you are watching this after 2 p.m. Eastern or 11 a.m. Pacific. You can still join us. You can still talk. You can still share. You can still tap the subscribe button. You can still do all the things as if it was live. I know you didn't see it until later, but I know you might have had something else to do, and that's cool. Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure, Precious. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. Love everything that you guys represent, because when you join in, it makes me realize, again, I'm not alone. I feel that isolation. I mean, look, there's nobody else in this office. You guys look around. There's nobody else here, okay? I'm by myself. I'm talking to a camera, and unless you guys comment and post, I feel the same isolation when I'm doing this. So it really helps when you guys show me that this is valuable information, that this is inspiration that helps you. I'm in this just like you. I'm getting ready to write down some more goals for this year. I'm dedicated to building something that's going to last. I'm going to bless people with. I'm dedicated in building my income. Let's just be real. I got to pay the bills. I want to make sure that I have not just enough, but I want to have overflow so I can help other people and help other creatives. So I'm working on my business models, on my music, on my live streams, all of that, guys. I have just as many irons in the fire as you. And yes, I have a family and a wife and kids that are still, they're bigger, but they are still definitely requesting and needing things from me as their dad. So I'm right there with you, everybody. So I appreciate the support for God and Gigs for now coming on our 6th year of existence. Crazy. But we have been around at least 5-6 years. 2015 is our official start. So we're coming in right around 2016 as our 6th year of existence. And it's been a blessing. So I'm looking forward to this year. Is anybody else looking forward to this year as I'm signing off? Just give me a thumbs up or give me something to say, hey, I'm ready. Who's ready for 2021 out there? If you're still watching or you're watching on the replay, just say, I'm ready. Okay, give me I'm ready. Something that kind of gives like a pumped up, like, yeah, let's do this. All right, that would help me like feel the energy as we're headed off. Okay, so last recap. Collaboration. It's the collaboration economy. Creatives, your lifeblood is collaboration, not competition. Don't think only as collaboration being just getting something from somebody. I want to be part of your thing because I want something. Collaboration is you offering them, giving first, then receiving. And it's that connection that's going to make everything work overall in your creative career. Precious is ready. Tobias is ready. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. So everybody else that you commented, I didn't see you. I want to see those comments saying you're ready for 2021. I'm excited. I'm pumped up now. This is like, I start this thing usually worried about the technical stuff and camera's not working. And then by the end of the day, I'm like, I'm ready to do some stuff, right? Okay, so this is awesome. I really appreciate you. Oh, and I see you get tagging some people. I see the names popping up. I'm like, why are the names popping up? Oh, because you're tagging people. So I got to sign off. But if I can connect with any of you guys that are watching this later, make sure you DM me or make sure you like this post or make sure you say, hey, I'm watching. I'd like to sign up for the masterclass. Make sure you sign up for the masterclass. That's the easiest way, honestly, for me to connect with you directly. I am also doing coaching. You can go to godofgifts.com/coaching and there's a 15-minute creative checkup just like this we can do to help you get your goals set for 2021. And that's about it. I think that's all the announcements. I don't want to just keep you guys on for a long time for no reason, but I think we got a lot of value out of this. And I will be here every Monday, 2 o'clock, no matter what, is my commitment to you. And I will also be doing our podcast. Make sure you check out the God and Gigs show on Thursdays. Comes out on Thursdays, Friday or so. Check out the God and Gigs show podcast. There's some incredible interviews I already have in the books that are ready to go. And then go back and go through the archives from 2020. Because we had so many amazing guests from Trent Phillips to Kern Brantley to Paris Bowens to LaShonda Brown to Rachel James to, I can't even name everybody. From Jay Mills to Dwayne Bennett, Maria Z. These are names that you may not know, but once you hear their podcast, you'll know why you should know their names. And it's not just because they want to be famous. It's because, again, they are the people who have learned the art and value of collaboration and building up a sustainable career that blesses God and blesses others in any space, secular or sacred. There's no line because God owns it all, okay? I think I'm done. I'm going to sign off because I'll keep talking all night. And as much as you guys are with me, and I see people still joining, and I don't want to sign off. Hey, Leash Speaks. I say it right. Leash Speaks. Thank you so much for joining me on Instagram. You guys that are joining me right now, if you didn't catch the beginning, please go back to the beginning. Follow the whole thing. It's recorded. I'll make sure that this replay is available on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, okay? But for now, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Till next Monday, make sure, again, YouTube, please subscribe. Facebook, please like. Instagram, make sure you follow or share this with somebody else who needs to know the power of collaboration and can use some of our materials and our resources to help you build the best creative life you can from the inside out. My name is Alan C. Paul. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I will see you guys next Monday for sure. Okay? If not next Monday, at least on the podcast, somewhere in the God and Gigs universe, I want to see you there so we can support you. Okay? God bless. Take care until next time.